I would like to apologize in advance to people listening on Instagram. The connection here sucks. It works much better on Facebook. It does not work great on Instagram, so I apologize in advance. Good morning, good morning. Hi, Q. Hello from the beach and from everybody who feels the need to trim their lawn, the lawn people who have not shut up. So I know that the connection on Instagram is not great. For that, I am sorry. The connection here is so bizarre. It works in some places, and other places it just doesn't work. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. It's Thursday. You know what that means. A new episode of the Tell Me What to Do podcast is out. It is about addiction. It is so important. It was one of the most profound conversations I have ever had. It opened my eyes to things that I have done in my past, things that I have struggled with, my eating disorder. Why don't you hedge trim my brain? Do you want to just hedge trim my brain? The guy's been hedge trimming the same strip of fucking grass over and over and over again. It's trimmed, guy. Great job. Trimmed. Y'all, for like an hour, the grass is this big. He's not even really like doing it. He's just like not really doing it. He's just like listening to his music and fucking around. All right, buddy. You know what? I'm not a hater. Get that check, buddy. Yeah, do that part again. Yup. One more time. Just in case. Good job, bud. It's trimmed. Great job. Literally looks like Machine Gun Kelly is fucking trimming the bushes over here. Anyway, the devil obviously does not want me talking to you about addiction, but I'm going to do it anyway. Addiction is real and it affects all of us in one way or another. I did not think that addiction affected me until I had this conversation and realized I myself am an addict. If you... I'm begging you. I'm literally begging you to shut that machine off. Great job! Shh. Okay. Shh. Great job. All trimmed up, buddy. To anybody who is in recovery right now, you are legit my hero. I have not lived one day free of my addiction. Not one. You will hear about it on my podcast. Why not go inside? Because then you'll just hear my children fighting over Roblox, and I'm not sure what's worse, Lori. I'm really not. I could try. We could move inside. Oh, great job, buddy. Awesome work. He looks just like Machine Gun Kelly. It might be. He might be filming a music video called Hedge Trimmer, Weed Whacker. Anyway, I walked this morning. And I listened to the podcast. It's a little weird to hear myself having a conversation because it's like it's me, you know? But it is so profound for me to be able to have conversations with people who understand addiction and understand what it looks like and talk about mild, moderate, and severe, and talk about aha moments, and talk about recovery, and talk about being married to an addict, and talk about ancillary behaviors that come with addiction. And honestly, if you have not listened to today's Tell Me What to Do podcast, put it on your list for today. You guys, I just want to tell you that you guys helped me. I was such a dork. I wanted to hit 5,501 listeners on day 1 last week, and we did it because of you. This week, I'd like to hit 5,502 listeners. So if you would listen today, opening day is always the biggest day for podcasts. If you would also share the podcast, if you would text it to friends, if you would post it in groups, if you're in mama groups, if you're in addiction groups, if you're in any groups on Facebook, post the link and say, hey guys, listen to this. This could be interesting for you. I would so appreciate it. Jerry said I listened twice. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We address addictive personalities versus non-addictive personalities and all of that. I really appreciate everybody who listens. If you're addicted to cigarettes, food, porn, social media, gossip, anything, or you're married to someone, or you love someone, or there's someone in recovery in your family, or anything, this is a really beautiful podcast. I really appreciate that. I'm going to pin Leah's comment here on Instagram. There's the Spotify link if you want to listen. Thank you for sharing it. Anyway, let's go to what happens when you refuse to heal. I have incidents in my life that I can think about to this day. And when I do, my body produces the same chemical that my body produced the day those incidents happened. Because I refuse to heal. Healing is a choice. It requires a lot of work. It requires you to it's unfucking believable. Healing is a full-time job. I'm just going to tell you right now. Healing is a full-time job. Whatever it is that you are working on healing from, childhood trauma, abandonment, family alienation, sexual assault, betrayal by a best friend, an injury, an accident, whatever it is, healing is a full-time job. And the crazy part about healing is you can get all the help in the world, but if you're not willing to do the work, you cannot heal. And every single time you think about the incident, the accident, the assault, the trauma, the abandonment, whatever, and you have not healed, your body, your brain produces the same exact chemical that it did the day or the time period that that trauma was happening. And you relive chemically that situation over and over and over again. And I have to tell you, all right, James, I gotta block you, friend, because you won't let it go. You gotta be creepy. I don't want to fucking change pictures with you, dude. I'm married, happily. Okay? So what happens to me? I have a trauma. I refuse to do the work because it's easier for me to compartmentalize. Oh, this happened to me. I'll just put it up here. I'm a survivor. I don't need to heal. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to actually do the work. I can just compartmentalize it. Guys, I can put it in a box and put it up here. No problemo. Until I have 2 cocktails and it comes out and I'm crying and I'm starting fights with my husband and I'm going back in time to the day that something happened or to the time period in my life that something happened and I'm crying and I'm disgusted and I hate everyone and I'm reliving it. Right? Why? Because I haven't done the work to heal. That's why. And compartmentalizing only works for so long until you're triggered by something. And then the box comes tumbling down. And there it is again. And your brain releases the chemical that you experienced when your husband was cheated on you, when they lied to you, when they embarrassed about you, when they whatever. And there you are again, triggered by the fucking incident. You think you've moved on, but all you've done is compartmentalize it. You haven't actually healed. You went to therapy 3 times. You think you did the work. And then you're triggered because you see your husband at a bar say hello to a woman as he's going to the bathroom, and your mind goes, that wasn't just a hello. They must know each other. They must be sleeping with each other. Now I've got to do a social media investigation. Now I've got to dig deep. Does he have any mutual friends with her? Does he know her? Who is she? Why did she say hello to him? And you are triggered all the way back there. And it doesn't even matter if you're not drinking. People are triggered sober every day. Every day. Because we don't do the work to heal. We do the bare minimum. We put Band-Aids on bullet holes and we call it healing. We put it in a box, we compartmentalize it, and we say, I'm good. It's up there on the shelf. I'm not carrying that right now. Don't you see it's right there? Right? Until you're triggered. The box falls, hits you in the head, your cortisol or whatever, whatever it is, comes back, and you're faced with the reality that you would rather relive the trauma, the pain, the embarrassment, the shame, the disappointment over and over and over again instead of doing the work to heal. And the truth is, we don't think we deserve healing. We think if we stay hyper vigilant in our pain, that it'll never happen to us again. Hell no, I'm not healing from this shit. I need to stay on guard. I need to let him know that I didn't forget, that I know what he did. Okay, sis, stay in that trauma lane. Stay in that tunnel of trauma. Stay right there and be triggered for the rest of your life. But every single time that you are triggered and your body releases that chemical, you are exposing yourself to stomach cancers, to migraine headaches, to hair falling out, to sexual drive diminishing. You are physically manifesting signs of your trauma because you refuse to heal. And by you, I mean me. Jamie, I'm talking to you. Stop putting everything in a box. Yesterday, I couldn't even face you guys. I couldn't even talk to you yesterday. I FaceTimed Mary and couldn't speak. I just needed to know someone was there. I was in such a dark space that I could not even get on this camera to talk. And you know what? I believe in God. Nobody has more, well, I can't say that, but you all know my journey with God. I love my God, but he was not enough for me yesterday. I'm sorry. There are days God is not enough. I said it. I have God every day and I need God every day, but there are days God is not enough. And I'm not afraid to admit that, and I am not afraid to say that. Some days I need help. I need human help. So I was transparent with you yesterday. I try to go through life holding on to myself with one hand and the other hand stretched out. And yesterday I needed 2 hands for myself. I needed 2 hands for myself because I was in a dark space. And let me tell you something about suicidal thoughts. People are not going to want to hear this, but this is the truth. You do not have to be diagnosed with depression and anxiety. You do not even have to struggle with depression and anxiety. I do not struggle with depression and anxiety, and I have had suicidal thoughts. Suicidal thoughts can come when you have one hand stretched out for other people for too long and you are not putting 2 arms around yourself. Your mind will finally go, okay, you really don't think we're worth it. You really don't think we're worth 2 hands. You will put one hand out for everybody else while your brain is screaming for 2, and eventually your mind will go, well, fuck, what am I doing here? What am I doing? I'm telling you I need 2 hands, but you still want to reach back and put and try to pull everybody else out of the water. And people always think like, oh, if you have suicidal thoughts, you must be depressed or suffer from depression. No. That's not true. eventually your mind will just believe that it is not worthy because you're not acting like it is. You don't want to heal. You want to stay in a space of trauma. You meaning me, you meaning Jamie, right? You want to stay in a place of trauma. You want to continue to relive the heartache. You want to go back to the dead daddy issues every time you're heartbroken. Every time you feel not worthy, every time you feel abandonment, you want to go back to the space the day your dad died. You want to relive that every day. You want to go through it, and eventually your mind is going to go, sis, this is too much. Fuck these people. Fuck these people. And I am a Christian. I love my God, but do you see this? This is human. It is human. It is flesh. Do you see these bags? Do you see this? It's from crying from the time I woke up yesterday till the time I went to sleep. It's not depression. It's not anxiety. I'm not suffering from mental illness. I don't have that. This is the look of a woman who refuses to do the work to heal. She'll talk until her fucking eyes are blue, and she'll keep talking, and she'll talk to you, and she'll pour into you, and she'll hug you, and she'll love you, and she'll lift you up, and she'll check her DMs, and she'll do, 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 Millie Rock, for everybody else, but she won't do it for herself until she has an actual fucking breakdown. A breakdown. A full-on emotional breakdown where I was shaking and sobbing uncontrollably, and my husband, who has no idea how to deal with that at all whatsoever, for the first time ever, came to me unprompted, heard me, came to me, put his arms around me, sat with me on the couch, let me cry in his chest, and just held me, told me he loved me over and over and over again, and kissed me on my face. I don't know which one of y'all called Michael. I don't know which one of y'all texted him and was like, check on your wife, or who it was, or what happened, but he has never done that. And it was a lifesaver for me. And I am eternally grateful to that man. And I love that man. And he is my roll dog. And I need to go back and heal the parts of me that feel like an orphan. I need to figure out a way to heal the parts of me that feel like an orphan. I am tired of feeling like an orphan. I am tired of feeling like I can't get past my father's death. I am tired of being the 17-year-old girl that is stuck in that space. I feel that the only member of my family that truly loved me for me died. And I feel like an orphan. And I am angry about that. And I am frustrated. And my father was so good. He was so good and loving, and when people said I was too loud, he said, be louder. When I used to get too talkative, too loud on my report card, my mother would say, why do you talk so much? You have such a big mouth, you know. And my father would say, you don't talk too much. Talk all you want. He loved me for exactly who I was. And I think to know that that exists and have it be taken away from you, you spend the rest of your life looking for that. Where is that unconditional love? Where is that beautiful unconditional love? Where is it? So I try to give it to my children, you know? And the problem is that I'm not healing. I'm talking about it, which is healthy and good, but I'm not doing the work to heal. I just continue to take my dad and put him in a box because I'm afraid if I heal, it will mean he didn't exist or he didn't matter. If I heal, will he be over? And the truth is no. He won't be over. He will still have mattered. He will still have lived. But I have to heal from him because I am searching constantly for people to save so they can love me. And it's damaging. It's damaging. I mean, I know y'all didn't know my dad, but when I tell you he was one of a kind, he was truly one of a kind. Never raised his voice, never judged anybody, always built a bigger table. He was funny and kind and loving, and he saw the world as a product of coming from a broken home and watching his mother struggle. And he wanted the best for people. He was the most inclusive, fair, loving hippie from Brooklyn. He just wanted to get high and love people. He was in awe of people that had bigger personalities than him. He loved women who were the life of the party, who could light up a room. It's why he married my mother, and it's why I probably was his favorite. But I feel like an orphan. I was left with family members who don't understand me, who use me and who love me, but anyway, I was afraid. I have been afraid to heal because I was afraid that healing would mean that it would be over. So long as I held on to the sadness, the trauma, then he was still relevant. He was still around. He was still in a box right here. But I have to heal because it is affecting me in so many ways. I am, looking for love in all the wrong places. And that's just one trauma, right? That's just one trauma. So anybody, when we don't heal, we continue to relive this over and over and over again. And I don't want that for you. I don't want it for me. And I don't want it for you. So we have to heal together. And we support each other. And I show up for you and you show up for me. And every week I get an email from Lemonada saying, look at this listener growth. Look at how well your podcast is doing. And I feel so grateful because it's another vulnerable side of myself. Coffee Talk is great, but Tell Me What to Do is a totally different thing because it allows me to talk to people who can tell me what to do. And it's a very beautiful space to be in. So thank you truly for everybody who listens to the Tell Me What to Do podcast. I mean that sincerely. I'm not just saying that. If you could find it today, it would mean so much to me. Tell me what to do. You can find it everywhere that podcasts are available. Anyway, I love you. And thank you for giving me a grace day yesterday. I really needed it. And I have to work on healing. Because it's time. I know that if I get to heaven, whenever I go, if I'm still holding on to this, I will meet my Father again and he will say, "What did you do, kid? What did you do? You cried about me day after day, month after month, year after year? What did you do? Why did you do that?" And I know that is not what my Father wants for me. I know that. He wants me to be the best version of me because he loved that version of me. He loved the larger of life, happy, loving, inclusive, build a bigger table, make a space for everyone. He loved that about me. So I'm going to work on healing. I need to do the work. You guys do too. I'm not in this alone. I see you, Carrie Jean. Thank you. Thank you for the grace day yesterday. Again, much needed. And I'm going to pray for all of us at the beach today, which is so important. I'd really love to get to 5,502 listeners on the Tell Me What to Do podcast on addiction. So if you would listen and then share it on social media, send it to friends, post it in your mommy groups or your addiction groups or your recovery groups or your Al-Anon groups or whatever. I would so appreciate it. I love you guys so much. Have a great, great day.